Good evening and welcome to the Findlay Recreation Center and the Westbrook College Television Network. Hello everybody, I'm Jay Harper along with Ron Crosby. As we get set for tonight's action, Westbrook College hosting Atlantic Union. The Flames coming in only 4-6 in the conference and 6-14 overall. They struggled this year, and we know of the game that we did earlier this season down in Massachusetts that Westbrook College had no problems handling the Flames. But the difference is they had 3 or 4 players out with academic suspensions, not able to go. So this should be a better game tonight. Of course, Westbrook College now trying to get ready for postseason play.
Well, this is a good test for Westbrook College. Atlantic Union's always athletic coming in to play them. The new addition to the new players is going to present a new challenge for Westbrook. And Westbrook's got to get their intensity level up, especially come playoff time.
Now, Westbrook certainly in a place they haven't been in a number of years. Inside the conference, they've now lost 3 games, and that's something different. They're going to go into postseason not with a #1 ranking, and I don't know how they'll approach that this season.
Well, as any #3 team going into the to the playoffs, they've got to handle it different ways. Coach Graffam told me he's got the advantage because he's won. You know, everybody else, Castleton and Green Mountain, they've never won the big show. So they've got to work to beat us. We're confident we know how to win the big games. So that's the advantage he has there. He just hoped the confidence levels with the kids as much as it is with Coach Graffam.
Now this team has played great this year. They've done a lot of nice things. We saw them against Husson where they really shine. And they need to get that intensity back inside, of course, the conference, because it seems like when they play outside the conference, they elevate themselves, but inside the conference this year, they've struggled a little bit. Do you think it's due to the dominance that they've had over the rest of the Mayflower Conference the last 2 years?
I'm sure that's basically the biggest reason. Everybody wants to beat Westbrook. We've been #1 for 3 years now. Everybody's gunning for Westbrook College, and Green Mountain and Castleton have done a great job recruiting. I mean, they've got some great talent in there, and it's showing that the Mayflower Conference is getting more competitive, and everybody wants to gun down Westbrook College.
All right, tonight the last regular season home game for Westbrook College. They should host a tournament game here next week to get ready for the Final Four down in Vermont. Should be a good one tonight. Of course, the Derek Vogel 3,000-point watch starts tonight. He's 102 points shy with 4 games left at least. So Vogel should surpass the 3,000 mark plateau, and that should be a big thing to see as well. But tonight, it's Atlantic Union on the menu. We'll take a break, back with the opening tap right after this. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper along with Ron Crosby. Cameraman for tonight's action, as always, Steve Poulos. Wildcats hosting the Atlantic Union Flames. Starting 5 for the Flames: Tom Cushing, Antoine Grider, Stacy Nelson, David Oliveira, and James Pumphrey. And the Flames were without a couple of key players in the last time these two teams met. They're back, should add a little more excitement and more competitiveness. And now your starting 5, senior Andy Lennon getting pumped up again. This is their last regular season home game. On the 21st, next Wednesday, they will host the opening round tournament game right here. And the starting 5 for the Wildcats: Lennon, Coy McClure, Werntgren, Vogel, and Bob Davies. And Nate Esty out of tonight's action once again. Nate, numerous injuries throughout the year, Ron, but this time it's no injuries. He's healthy.
He's definitely healthy. He didn't want us to discuss this on the air, but it is disciplinary reasons. I guess we can leave it at that.
And it had to do with the basketball game. It's not something outside that you have to sit there and ponder. So 2-game suspension for Esty. Oliveira gets it off for Stacy Nelson. The Wildcats come out in the zone defense. Shot missed from the corner, and Corey McClure the rebound. Oh, Davies feeds Lennon, and Lennon, a nice right-handed reverse.
I was surprised he got that off, cutting through the lane at 155 miles an hour. Good body control.
Pomfrey's shot deflected, and Davies comes back. He'll pull up a 3-ball. Bang.
Let me show you how it's done, Mr. Pomfrey.
You've seen the Wildcats do this a lot this year, erupt early and then settle in a little bit.
That was one thing a lot of the teams have had in the past, where so talented, you get up so high, you get that momentum of just relaxing, falling back, and just playing.
Oliveira hits back for the Flames. It's 5-2. Davies take it in and leaves it for Corey McClure. Beautiful.
Think Corey needed that first ball fake with nobody around him?
I don't think so. 7-2. 18:35 to go, first half. Greider floats in, the nice dish down. And Cushing Werntgren floats in and gets it over Oliveira.
That middle seems to be wide open. I mean, that's 3 easy drives to the hoop through the middle.
Maybe that's a new ploy by head coach Stacy Nelson. Oliveira right back.
I hope it's not a new ploy, because it's not going to work, especially the way that Westbrook College slices through the middle.
Foul called out on Stacy Nelson. 6'1" junior out of Lancaster, Massachusetts. And of course, that's where Atlantic Union is, the son of the head coach. Lennon, little touchdown for Davies. He's trapped, though, too deep under his own basket. They leave it for Werntgren. He'll float in. Dunk!
There it is again, middle wide open.
That's pretty. And reminds me of a little Partridge Family there. I think I'll dunk you. McClure stepped on the back line so he got control of the basketball. You remember that Partridge Family sitcom, Ronnie?
I think I was a little young, Jay. All I remember is the little redhead, Danny Bonaducci.
There you go. You remember Susan Day?
Oh, that was on
She had it over Marsha Brady. Big time. (11-6). Wildcats up 5. Flames have the ball underneath their own basket. Greider, the save, but Lennon steps in front for the pick. Look at that body control.
He can run the break and score with the best of them. But I think I'd rather have him leading the break.
13-6. Foul committed by Eric Werntgren. Chris McKenney and Chris Lotus will check in. Lotus with the, appears, broken left pinky. Get that all taped up.
Which just shows you how strong he is. He did that on a power dribble. You know, he just did a power dribble baseline move, and just the ball came up so strong it broke his hand, broke his finger.
Davies on the floor, and nice save, and Pomfrey able to get it, put it up, make it, and draw the foul. Tough bounce right there. Can't blame the Wildcats for not hustling. They certainly were on the floor after that ball, but just took a Atlantic Union bounce. And Pomfrey doesn't convert the three-point play. Lotus's shot no good, and the rebound by Oliveira. Antoine Grider splitting the defense. Leaves it out on top for Cushing. Cushing, a 3-ball. Got it. 13-11. It actually was James Pomfrey making the 3.
Werntgren cut his finger. Must have been on the dunk. But if you're going to cut it any other way, why not dunking it?
McKinney takes the 3, no good. The rebound, Oliveira. Oliveira's pass stolen by Davies. Trying to get it up for Aaron McClure. McClure, nice job getting control of the basketball. (13-11), Atlantic Union hanging in there. Stacey Nelson didn't like the call there. Very questionable call. Looked like Nelson maybe got his feet down before he caught it.
Well, Pomfrey just said it was his fault because he thought the dotted line was the half-court line, so the actual solid white line.
Grider's shot, no good. The rebound, Lotus. Lotus collects on the other end. 15-11, Wildcats up 4. McKinney gets the steal from behind, gets it out ahead, and he'll be called for the travel.
Seemed like he heard someone from behind him. He wanted to look. He didn't have the time to. Shuffled his feet.
20-second timeout called for by Atlantic Union. 15-11 with 14:45 to go here in the first half. Jay Harper along with Ron Crosby. The last regular season home game for the Wildcats. We go on the road this weekend with Westbrook College for 2 games down in Vermont. Over in Vermont. Not really down.
Jay, you know what's surprising? You know Derek Vogel hasn't attempted 1 shot yet?
Very peculiar. And he's not going to be able to for a little while either because he's sitting on the bench.
I think what Coach Graffam's doing is he's getting his bench some more playing time, get him ready for the playoffs, which is a good thing to do.
As you said, coming into tonight's action, Vogel 102 points shy of the Star Trek plateau. Place where no Maine player has ever gone before.
Oh, that's going to be exciting. Oh, it was exciting when he broke it.
Corey McClure with the little half hook shot doesn't go down. Matt Mackey commits the foul.
Good hustle foul.
Well, that's almost like that illegal chop block in football.
Well, you like seeing your kids diving on the floor, showing out that great hustle. Just wish you see it more at the high school level.
Spoken like a high school coach. Baseball pass. Oliveira collects and takes, no good. Lennon skies for the rebound and quickly ahead to Davies. He wants the 3. He's got it.
Did you hear that? We got a Wildcat in the building.
Gotta like that.
I don't know if we were able to hear it on TV, but
I'm sure they did.
You sure?
Cushing rattles in and out. Lennon goes to the floor, keeps his dribble alive, and the foul called.
One thing about Bob Davies, he does like pulling up on that right side, and most righties do, but he can stick that with the best of them.
The lob in for Vogel, tries his first shot of the night, no good. Tipped out. Lennon gets called for the travel, and the Wildcats have already committed more travels, I think, they do in a contest. And the baseball grider, and I think I'll dunk you.
I didn't think he was going to dunk, did you?
Oh, I did, because I saw him down in Lancaster, Massachusetts, and he is sensational. He can sky. Corey McClure, 3, in and out. Pomfrey's shot won't go down. Lennon, another rebound. Ahead to Vogel. Davies fakes a 3 and dices the defense.
He is going to have a big night if they don't stop him, if they don't stop his dribble penetration. Because his 6'4" body, you know, over these little guys, it's just such an easy shot for him.
Pomfrey will try again, misses badly. Vogel the rebound. He pushes it up the floor. Sets up Davies, great vision. Davies misses, Lennon tries the tip. Andy Lennon asking for what, and the referee giving no explanation. I heard Lennon yell, but it was just a scream.
Yeah, I tell you, Bobby Clark is one of the best officials in Maine.
You said that last time too, Ron. I don't know.
And I'll stand by it. He's one of the best officials, but
there's something to be said, maybe, in the fact that he's the best official.
I didn't say the best. I said one of the best.
Well,
and he doesn't take it. You know, he's not going to take it.
But I'm just making my point there. Even if he's one of the best, there's something, you know, to be said with that statement alone. Maybe.
I agree with you. Maybe.
But again, I understand what you're saying. He's definitely a take charge type of guy. And you made reference in the last game against Husson that, you know, he made a call and maybe wasn't the best one. He was able to just laugh about it after because he's so confident in the fact of his own abilities. I believe we have a little blood spot on the floor from the cut earlier sustained by Werntgren.
He hasn't seen the floor since. I wonder how severe it is.
I'm sure he's fine. He just had it taped up, stopped the bleeding. It's 2013. Flames trail by 7. And James Pomfrey, 6'2" junior out of Marietta, Georgia, will take the technical free throws.
We still haven't found out what technical was about, right? And with us being so close to the court, you figure we would have by now.
I saw Lennon with a small explanation as he came to the bench. He yelled about somebody maybe over the back after he screamed. And the referee picked up on it, didn't like it.
Hence the technical.
2015, so a big swing here, potentially for Atlantic Union. Deion Hobbs, number 12, and Les Jones into the lineup. The shot taken from the corner, missed badly by Rick Allen. Vogel still without a point.
with only one shot attempt. It's just surprising to see him play this way.
Last time these two teams met, Vogel had 34 points and took 20 shots in that game, making 11 out of 20, 10 for 11 from the free throw line. So outstanding night as per usual for the All-American.
Definitely.
Wildcats go to the 2-3 zone. Huntington, Davies, Corey McClure, Werntgren, and Vogel. Ball knocked off the foot of Allen, senior out of Brooklyn, New York.
That's why it's one thing about a zone. It's tough to dribble against. I know, you know, there are some great dribblers who can. The biggest thing you cannot do is dribble against the zone, because there's always a man stepping up, getting a hand on the ball.
Vogel takes the three off the back of the rim, and the rebound by Cushing. Hobbs goes in and looks over for Bruce, and Wildcats tip it out. Vogel has to go to the left hand, pushed from behind by Allen, and he makes the bucket and go to the free throw line.
He never had control of his body. I mean, as soon as he got, who was that trailing him? When Allen got behind him, he tipped the ball, never had a handle of it, and then when he fouled him, he never had body control. But then again, we're talking about Derek Vogel.
Feel cheated through these last couple of years of covering the games that nobody clued me into the fact that they call him Devo. Werntgren, the strong rebound and put back, but it won't go down as Vogel a rare miss on a free throw attempt. Huntington almost a steal.
They need him to play well. They need him to play well come playoff time. They need his outside shooting. And hopefully today he can get some confidence back in himself.
Oh, if you remember that best game of the year that the Wildcats have played so far was against Husson, and that was a game that 5 players made threes. Everyone was hitting their outside shots. The only one who wasn't was Huntington. A lob up for Corey McClure, and he puts it up and in. And a timeout asked for by Atlantic Union. Wildcats up 24-15 as they've just gone on a 4-0 run.
Nice move.
That's a great crossover.
Now listen, we all know what we're doing now, right? 44, it ain't gonna matter. We're going right into 21 heat. Everybody got it? 21 heat. So who's up here? Okay. Back here. You're here with him, okay? You guys are next. I want you to be. I want you all the way back.
Gotta play it hard.
Okay, you got it? Okay, we got it? In the corners. You gotta go side to side. It's not here. You gotta go there. Sprint. You pass over there. You gotta go all the way back corner. So you gotta move. Don't make a foul. It's all right. Now listen, trap and head some energy. Okay?
Now talk, now talk.
1, 2, 3.
Midway through the first half, the Wildcats leading 24-15. Jay Harper and Ron Crosby with you as Wildcats looking to improve their conference record. Foul on Vogel as he bumps into the back of Grider. Wildcats averaging 90 points per game this year, allowing 82. Take their 18-11 record into tonight's action. 9-3 in the conference. McKinney, the nice around the back dribble, trying to get it up for Aaron McClure, and Nelson inadvertently blocks it. Off of Grider, watch him float. leaves it for Hobbs. Actually, that's Les Jones, number 10, converts the bucket.
Well, Derek seems to look a little more aggressive as going to the basket and taking his shots. He just doesn't seem like he's in that zone, as we call.
Nosek takes it. It won't fall.
I like seeing Ben Nosek back on the floor after a severe injury that he had. Once they get him going, he's going to be one tough player.
Certainly showed a lot of promise earlier in the season when he was healthy and trying to bring his confidence level up there. .6'4" player out of York, Maine.
Yeah, I think he won a state championship down at York his senior year.
Lane violation, and Nosek gets an extra. (26-17). Foul committed by Aaron McClure. Bruce will try it. No good. Vogel the rebound and the outlet for Mackey.
Coach Graffam telling them to get into an offense so they at least know what's going on. They're running the old Husson High offense right there.
Nosek will try a three, no good. But the long rebound kicks out, and Aaron McClure collects. Vogel takes the three. Way off. Mackey fights and gets the rebound. Wildcats aggressive on the offensive glass. Vogel. Couple of good head fakes. Oliveira got a lot of ball, but...
Well, that second ball fake got his body, Oliveira's body into him. And I think that's where the call came, on the body, not in the actual block shot, because he did look like he had it clean.
Vogel's season free throws coming into tonight's action. He's attempted almost 300, 236 out of 288 for 82%. Pretty amazing.
Extremely amazing.
And Vogel, Nosek's three, rattles in and out. Werntgren's tip back comes out as well. Grider will draw the foul on Lennon. And you look at Vogel's season totals, 831 points on the season coming in. I mean, almost 1,000 points in a season will be accumulated by Vogel. Wildcats over the limit.
Coach Graffam performing Bobby Clark a little bit late. And that's where the humor came out from him.
Antoine Grider makes his first. 6'1" sophomore from Lexington, Kentucky.
One thing Westbrook can't afford to do is let Atlantic Union stay in this game thinking they can play with them, because they'll be in for a wild second half if they do. They've got to establish right now, last 7.5 minutes.
No sick for Mackey. Mackey working nicely inside with the big men. Mackey, the freshman out of Thomaston, Maine. And the Wildcats up 11, 29-18. Oliveira trapped inside, and he knows he got a very favorable call there as he kind of comes off with a grin.
I think the official was calling it because he had his hands horizontally more than vertical, which they do tend to call more often than not.
So you hear me mention the hometowns of Atlantic Union. I don't know if you recollect back to the first time we covered them down in Massachusetts, but they're a Seventh-day Adventist university, and of course, keeping the religious faith at the top of their priority list. They don't play any games from sundown Friday night to sundown Saturday night, so basically no weekend contests. Vogel, the nice pass out on top from Werntgren.
Now that was a nice spin dribble down, but still, he amazes me with some of the things he does, his athleticism.
Pomfrey's shot no good. The outlet for Davies, touches for Vogel. Vogel, little out of control that time. A rare time that you'll see Vogel out of control. Wasn't able to turn the body the way he wanted to. That's one thing you don't see Vogel do that often. He's so good with his right hand at cocking his body either way, twisting to set himself up still for the right-handed shot. You probably would have liked to see him in that one just go up with the left hand and take that shot. It would have been much easier, but he is so prolific at controlling the body and twisting himself into position to still take it with the right hand. It's hard to argue with it.
Even the best make mistakes. It seems like Derek did make a mistake. He just doesn't seem like he's totally into this game today.
Lennon, another rebound. Check Lennon's rebounding totals. 152 rebounds on the season for the 5'10" point guard, averaging 5.2 per game.
He had more rebounds this year than I had my junior and senior year combined.
Amazing. Vogel averages 6 a game, has 174. He leads the team. Then Werntgren 160. So third leading rebounder on the team is the 5'10" point guard, and that just says what he is made of. It's no slap against the rest of the team. It's just saying that Lennon is so aggressive, and he really times his jump well and knows how to play the game.
Well, he's a senior. He's been through it. He's got experience and strong, very strong.
Grider won't go down. Great save.
Hustle. Great hustle.
Foul called on Antoine Grider. That'll send Vogel to the free throw line. Team foul, and Vogel will get the automatic 2 free throws. Vogel's already missed 2 free throws tonight.
Yeah, he missed 4 down in the Green Mountain.
Not the time you want to see his stroke starting to elude him heading into the postseason.
I think he'll fire himself up for the postseason, as is with any true athlete.
Vogel almost a steal, and nice pass down for Pumphrey. He draws the foul.
Well, Davies did all he could to, not run into Pumphrey.
5:48 to go, first half. 33-19. The women's team from Westbrook College winning the opening match of the night. 88-53 in a big way, and getting great balance scoring. 6 players in double figures.
They're going to be tough next couple of years with this such a young class. They gained a lot of experience against some good teams this year.
Well, they're going to lose 2 of their best players that ever came to this school, in Grillen and Scott, but they do have a lot to work with. Davies dribbling through the defense, and that was not a travel.
I agree with you.
Absolutely not.
He left his pivot foot right on the ground. That wasn't even close.
Well, and there's the guy you said was one of the best officials in the league.
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Call right there. And Davies said, I had my pivot foot right there, and he did. He did not travel. But as you said, even the best make mistakes. Wildcats combine on the steal, and Lotus is fouled from behind. Heading down to those games this weekend, are you going to be available for those?
This coming weekend? Are you going down?
You're invited, Ron.
To the playoffs.
No, of course, the playoffs, I know you're going to that one.
Okay, yeah.
But this weekend we're going down covering both games too, and I haven't had a chance to talk to you in a while, but...
No, I've got a tournament I'm going to, high school tournament.
Lotus with the free throw. It's 34-21. Nice pass for Grider, and he leaves it off beautifully across the way. And Bruce collects the deuce.
Good pronunciation.
Corey McClure trap, leaves it out for McKinney. Bang.
You got to have his intensity level up to get these kids going. He and Andy Lennon sparked this team, and right now they're not showing the enthusiasm that they normally show.
Kenny doesn't like that call, as he feels Nelson just charged into him.
Well, he probably would have gotten the call if he didn't reach in. Had his hands on the ball. I mean, if he was straight up, it would have definitely gone the other way, but there's the trouble of reaching in. Coach Graffam recruited this kid, Stacy. Kid who just shot the 2 foul shots. And he chose to go down there. I wonder if he wishes he could make this change a little differently.
Traveling called on Pumphrey. Wildcats lost a very tough game down in Vermont over the past weekend, a 74-72 loss to Green Mountain. Team they have fallen to twice. That's the first time that's ever happened to the Wildcats, losing the season series. And the Wildcats want a timeout. We'll listen in to head coach Jim Graffam in the Westbrook College TO.
I don't want the friggin' ball in there. If I call basic, he had absolutely nothing to catch that. You got a 15-foot shot. Basic it gets us a backdoor cut, gets us a guy posting up, gets us a guy coming off the friggin' screen. But instead, I don't want the ball in the high post unless that's the absolute last option. So instead, it's play solid, right? Catch the ball, give it. Nice, you guys are college athletes. We've had 6 or 7 travel calls tonight because we're in such a hurry against this outfit. Now, this is the championship effort because we're not thinking about what we're doing. I mean, we got to start doing it. Now, this is what I want. Listen to me. 23 switch. You got it? Now cover for each other. Come on. Come on. Stop foul. Get right on his shoulder, Chris.
Coach Graffam a little bit animated and upset with his team right there. As he pointed out, the 6 or 7 travels, and no doubt they've committed that violation more than I've seen them. Says they're in too much of a hurry. Cushing tickles the twine. McClure has his shot blocked. They go again to McClure. Fights, has it blocked, and he'll track it back down. Corey McClure having troubles getting the shot off. Shot clock just about to run out. Lennon takes it, makes it. Oh,
He just barely got that off. I'm surprised the officials even gave that to him. That was close.
he just got it off. It did. It left his hands probably.
His fingernails.
It was probably about 6 inches from his fingernails, as you said, when the shot clock went off. Nelson's shot back missed. Vogel, the long outlet for Lennon. Lennon avoided the first travel, but then lost control again, and the Wildcats whistled for another walk.
I tell you one thing. Yes, Coach Graffam was right about them trying to do it too quickly, but the officials have these meetings actually halfway through the season on what they should review, and one of them was the hard fouls, and the other one's the travel. A lot of people are complaining about the travels, so they're trying to prove that they actually trying to eliminate the travel, trying to eliminate people picking up the pivot foot.
Lennon another rebound, and he pushes it up the floor. Off for Vogel. I think I'll dunk you.
And listen to that Wildcat roar.
The Wildcats starting to really get vocal, boisterous over there. It's a nice touch, but I think after a game we'll be sick of hearing it. Grider takes the 3, no good. The rebound, McKinney. It's got Lennon up ahead. Lennon looking, nice fake, oh my. That's the senior being the senior.
I think he was actually looking to pass, and his ball fake put the guy in the air and away from him, so he had an easy shot and he took it.
44-27, the Wildcats erupting to a 17-point lead. Nelson just inside the arc, no good. Grider, the nice weak side rebound, won't fall. 3-on-3, McKinney, great dish off for Vogel. Vogel can't dunk. There's Hilchey though, no good. Vogel says, I want this bucket. He gets it. Devo, delightful, determined.
You know what's really hurting the Flames right now is Oliver on the bench. You know, he hasn't played in the past 4.5 minutes. And then Westbrook's dominating the defensive boards and just pushing it up.
I wonder why Oliver is staying on the bench so long. I don't believe he's in foul trouble.
I would think that'd be the only thing that would keep him on the bench, no? Unless he's just not playing well, but you got to have your big man play.
Definitely missing him on the offensive end and on the glass. Lennon the steal, got McKinney, what a pass. Wow. That was a low bouncing pass, and he knew that's the only way he's going to get it through, and he knew Chris McKinney is athletic enough to get down low and get it. That's sweet. Wildcats up 22. And Bruce's shot won't go. Shot clock off. We're under 25 as Vogel baseliner.
Starting to heat it up a little bit, are we?
Wow. You're talking about an explosion. Pomfrey a three, in and out. Lennon can't get the rebound. Stacey Nelson collects. Enough time for the Wildcats here. Lennon takes it. Got it off the window. They give him a three.
Wait a second.
Coach Graffam was saying, why didn't I get the foul called, as Lennon was knocked to the floor. He made it, but there's a window whack and a huge three, and Lennon has just electrified the Wildcats and the home crowd here at the Findlay Recreation Center, and his team has exploded to a 54-29 lead after 20 minutes of play. Ron Crosby and Jay Harper will take a break. Back with halftime right after this.
Being joined now by junior Eric Werntgren and sophomore Aaron McClure. And guys, you've played now a couple of seasons, now 3 seasons for you, Eric, under this program, and you guys have had a tremendous amount of success. What is it like coming to a school like Westbrook College and immediately experience the team-oriented success?
I think it's a great experience. My high school team was more concentrated on football and the other sports and hockey. And I really like the teamwork that we have here in the chemistry. The coaches are great.
Aaron, for yourself, what's it been like? Of course, you follow the footsteps of your older brother and coming here and experience the winning tradition and playing alongside him as well.
Right. I was lucky to follow the team for 2 years before. You know, he didn't get a chance to see the team before because, you know, I lived 30 minutes away, and I came down most of the games to see my brother, Derek, and Andy. And I've seen all these guys play, and I've got to know them before I came here. And last year when I stepped in, I wasn't sure how I'd fit in with the team or how I'd fit in, you know, with coaches, how I'd get along with everybody. But everything just clicked, and it seems that way for most incoming freshmen. Everyone gets along real well. There's no, you know, bad feelings between coaches and team players, and everyone seems to, you know, get along really well, and everyone plays off that.
What's the thing you recognize most or will remember most about playing for Coach Graffam and his overall coaching experience?
I think it would be the way he motivates the players, even just in practice. He's a great motivator. I think that's his best attribute as a coach.
I agree. He's always positive. Even in practice, he's really positive. We don't run suicides or line drills, whatever you want to call it. Everyone knows they have to bust their ass and work as hard as you can the whole practice and the whole game, and you're not going to see any playing time. And, you know, everyone's motivated by how coaches and Coach Johnson and Coach Bowers as well is the same, always positive. That's the best thing.
What would you describe the life here at Westbrook College, the overall atmosphere of the campus here in the city of Portland?
I like the city, and the point that the city's right nearby. And I think one of the biggest things is academic-wise, the teachers are easy to see each day. And you see before each paper or each test. It's really easy to get together with teachers, and I think that really helps out academically.
Now, Eric, for you came over here from Vermont. Now, of course, there's 2 or 3 schools from Vermont inside the Mayflower Conference. What made you make the choice to come over to Maine and to play here at Westbrook?
I think it was the players here. The players, I think the talent level's a lot better here, and even the teamwork and just the chemistry. I think it's a lot better here than it was over there.
How would you describe, Aaron, the academic atmosphere here at Westbrook College?
As Eric said, it's probably, you know, I've got a couple classes right now where there's only 3 of us in the class, and that gives you a good chance to talk individually with the teacher after class or during, you know, lunch or whatever, and you can talk to them, and everyone knows your name. All the teachers know your name. You're not just a number. You can get a lot of individual help that way, whereas at another school you can't.
Now, of course, you've both got a couple of years. Well, Eric, you got another year left after this year. You got 2 more left after this year. Aaron, what do you look forward to this season and, of course, down the road in your future years here?
Well, I've had a lot of fun playing with Eric and my brother Corey, Andy and Derek. I made a lot of friends that way. But next year I'm looking for, with Bobby, now Chris McKinney coming in, Eric and myself being the 4 leaders of the team, and giving myself a chance to step into, maybe I've had the pleasure of playing behind Derek Vogel for 2 years. I'd like to step in right behind him and pick up where he's going to leave off.
Eric, your thoughts on, of course, this season and next season?
I'm real excited about this season, just coming in. I think we lost a couple games that we shouldn't have, but I'm still real excited, and I really believe we're going to be in Idaho come February.
Definitely.
So, and as far as next year, I'm always positive as a team, and I've heard Coach has got some pretty good guys coming in, so we'll just start playing as soon as school starts and get ready for next season.
We'll be back.
Any thoughts of your future plans after, of course, your collegiate play here in your life?
I'd like to, I got getting a business degree hopefully, in 2 years. My lifelong dream is to own my own bar somewhere, own pub and restaurant, maybe down in the Old Port here. I've had a chance to go in and out of some of these places. I really like the atmosphere around here. That's probably what I'd like to be doing when I get out.
Look me up. I'll go in business with you. I've always wanted to do that as well. Eric, your thoughts after Westbrook College?
I'm planning to go down to his bars and just hang out. No, I'm an American Studies major, so and I'm looking towards grad school probably, but I'd like to go into some sort of journalism.
All right. 2 more fine players here at Westbrook College, Aaron McClure, Eric Werntgren. Great success in their early years, and hopefully a couple more years of success here at Westbrook College, and we'll head it back to the game. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks, Jay.
Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper and Ron Crosby. Wildcats leading 54-29 at the end of the first half of play as they enter and loosen up for second half action. Heading to the scoring in the first half, the Wildcats, Ron, miraculously, once again led by Derek Vogel. I'd like to check the stats over the course of the last 2 years and how many half times and final games that he led in scoring. I think it would be pretty much 95% of the time. Vogel started very slow, but he still finishes with 13 points in the half. After that, Andy Lennon with those 2 big threes late. He finished with 12 and a half. Davies had 8, and then 4 points for Lotus. 4 points also for McClure, 2 for Mackey, 5 for McKinney. And Wildcats having 54 in that half. And for Atlantic Union, they were led by Pomfrey, who had 7. Oliveira had 5, Cushing 6, Nelson 4, Grider only 3, and Jones and Bruce a bucket apiece. And going back to the end of the half, Ron, you were saying about Andy Lennon's 3. I mean, that was just huge. His play, 2 big threes late. He hit that 3 right at the end of the shot clock buzzer, and then he hits that one at the end of the first half buzzer. But that certainly gave the Wildcats a lot of momentum heading to the locker room.
Well, I agree. That first shot that he hit with the buzzer, I mean, Atlantic Union played great defense for 34 seconds. And then Andy comes up with that big shot. It sends momentum. It's a momentum breaker big time. And that one at the end of the half just proved to Atlantic Union that maybe they don't even belong on the court with them. I mean, they play defense, and even though they play so well, they still get in the bucket at the end of the game. And they go in with Westbrook's got the momentum, and Atlantic Union is flat. And it'll be a good test to see what Atlantic Union is made out of, how they come out this half.
The Wildcats won that first outing 110-48 over the Flames, and Atlantic Union was without 3 players due to disciplinary action. So early on in this one, it seemed to have been making a difference, in the Wildcats just erupting in the last 3.5 minutes of the half.
Well, they started dominating the boards and pushing it when they got a lot of easy points.
Wildcats will start with the basketball. It's Lennon, Vogel, Werntgren, Corey McClure, and Davies. There's that great play. The alley-oop for Vogel, and boy, with authority.
That's his third dunk. I wonder how Werntgen's doing in the race to catch up.
Devo said to me about a third of the way through the year, he says it doesn't even matter anymore. So the contest was well in hand as far as Vogel was concerned. There was no way that Werntgen was going to catch him. Hangs and leaves it for Werntgen. Goes to the left paw and drops it. Wildcats doubling up here, 58-29 now.
This is exactly the way Westbrook College wanted to come out, and Jim Graffam preaches every halftime. We have to dominate the first 5 minutes of the half, and they'll quit. See if they keep this pace up.
Oliveira at the free throw line, misses his first. And you mentioned the long time he drew on the bench, certainly hurting Atlantic Union in that last portion of the half.
Well, I checked the scorebook. He's not in foul trouble. But maybe coach didn't want him to get in foul trouble, so we could use him for most of the second half.
Oh, my goodness. You've got to be kidding me. Lennon able to call timeout on that one. I wondered why he wasn't throwing the ball back on the floor. And we were talking to the referees at the half, both Sean Carey and Mr. Brown, is it? The other official who just made that call?
Bobby Clark.
And interesting talking to them. You know, it's a lot of fun getting their perspective, and of course a very difficult task at refereeing any basketball game, but at this level. And they admit they make a mistake here and there, and they said 90% of the time they know it before anybody else does, but it's too late. They blew the whistle. They have to make the call. But Clark's reasoning on the technical on Lennon, he said he screamed at me as loud as he could, not derogatory, as Vogel hits the jumper, and it's 60-30. It's not derogatory or anything, but he said if I let him scream like that, then the rest of the players think they can do that. Pomfrey, rainbow, 3-ball. Pass out for Grider, and he collects back. 60-35 now. Vogel going to work.
Now, I wonder if Coach Graffam said something to him in the halftime, because he has come out smoking. I mean, he hasn't even hit the rim yet, except for that dunk.
That was with his hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Cushing shot, no good. McClure the rebound. McClure's little shot won't go, but there's Vogel. He misses a bunny. Grider staying active, and boy, buries the fall-away jumper. 62-37. Good end-to-end action here. I believe earlier I said the other referee was Sean Carey. It's Sean Anton. I'm thinking of the Carey Ann tournament that he's been a part of for years.
So what is his name?
I believe it's Sean Anton. Pretty sure. Okay. Known him for years, but struggling with the last name. I know the first name. I make it a point not to know the officials' names. So I don't want to get that personal with them, to be honest with you.
It's tough to get personal with an official.
Foul called on Chris McKinney. His second, team second. Lotus long outlet pass, stolen by Cushing. And Nelson makes the outside shot. Kenny a three. No good, and the rebound taken by Pomfrey, but he loses it. Lotus goes in and draws the foul on Oliveira.
That's his fourth.
Only his third personal.
Excuse me, third for personal.
Lotus coming with the new sneakers, I don't know. He's played well tonight.
It's got to be the shoes. You jinxed him, Jay.
Pomfrey, another rainbow three. 63-43, and Atlantic Union back within 20. Lotus got smacked in the face on his way through. Can't collect.
I think he got, when he caught the ball, he caught it on his hand and it hurt him, stunned him for a quick second.
Fouls on number 20, Nelson.
Nelson draws his second consecutive foul. That's now his 4th personal. And Derek Vogel will go to the free throw line.
Into the Atlantic Union lineup, number 12, Toms.
Vogel needs to average 26 a game for the next 4 games, including tonight's game. He's guaranteed 4 games left. Tonight's,
what's his average right now?
He's averaging 28.4. But he should get 5 games, so he should be able to break that 3,000-point plateau. But he's guaranteed 4 games. And Mackey floats in and using the maximum amount of hang time as he's just about to hit the floor, and he chucked it up. And that gets the bench a little bit excited, exuberant.
It was like when Rexy scored last year. You get in and light it up a little bit. Crowd wouldn't love it. The same player in Mackey.
Kenny for Lotus, and it won't go down. And Dion Hobbs able to secure the rebound. Up for Grider. Pomfrey, another rainbow 3. This one no good. And Wildcats, again, the quick outlet. Kenny, well, nice look there as he went in for Lotus.
It was a great look, just a little bit too hard to pass.
Dion Hobbs coasting in, and a nice play there by Lotus to tip it out for McClure. In the middle, 3-on-1. Vogel. Timeout called for by head coach Stacy Nelson, and the doctor wants the TO. We're listening to the Wildcats timeout. We're watching Westbrook College basketball.
Stop at the elbow. Now listen, don't shake your head. Don't shake your head. We're going to make you better tonight, so you got to do it yourself. Now, listen to me. This is what I want. It's that ball. Okay, so let's go 23 switch. 23 switch, and make sure that we have some energy. And listen, off you're in, correct? Yes, sir. Okay. Off the shot, Andy's going to take off. So when we get the ball, the first look should be right at this rim. He's running right down the floor, okay? And then if not, then get the ball in Chris's hands. And you speed dribble or pass to him because he's going to pop out on the side. I want to get the ball back as fast as we can. Keep going, boy! Energy!
Jay Harper and Ron Crosby back with you. And you got to look down below at some of your players from Scarborough High School.
Yeah, they love to come watch Westbrook play. They just love the running style. You know, whether they want to ever come here or whatnot, they just love to see good running basketball. A lot of scoring, a lot of dunks.
Pomfrey. Last touch by the Wildcats. 12:48 to go, second half. Westbrook College leading 69-43. Nice drive by Pomfrey. 6'2" junior out of Marietta, Georgia, will go to the free throw line to take a couple of free throws. Again, the American flavor to their roster due to the fact that they're a Seventh-day Adventist school, excuse me. And that's a disadvantage, I would say, and the fact that not a lot of students would really look to go to a school of that nature. Very small enrollment to boot. Oh my.
How about that? That reminded me of Jason Kidd in the All-Star game. Geez, just the assists he had. And that was a great assist by Chris McKinney right there. That was a dunk. If he gets that going, that was a dunk.
It's been a while since we've seen Aaron McClure with a big jam.
Even his big misses.
Exactly. 3 ball. That looked like a Super Bowl play there as Lotus unloaded. Nice defensive play to break it up. 71-47 as Pomfrey continues to rain it and drain it from outside. He might as well keep shooting. He's their best offensive threat here tonight. He's missed quite a few threes, but he's also made quite a few. Officials missed a kick there.
Wonder if we think this kid's left-handed.
Oh, nice move by Pomfrey, showing he can do more than just shoot from outside. Vogel, oh, with a tomahawk. 4th?
That's his 4th, baby.
I think I'll dunk you of the night.
It's almost 10 points in dunks. 8, actually. If my math is...
That one was sweet. Got up high enough to get the hands back and jam him. Kenny goes to Vogel again. As TV has turned it up here in the second half.
I think he's matched his first half already. That's 26. I wonder if they're going to keep him in much longer.
Vogel makes the first. And it's now 74-49. The All-American makes them both. Lennon draws the offensive foul.
Heads up play. It's a good play because anytime anybody leaves his feet to make a pass, you know, they're still floating, taking up space. And it's a good job of Vinny stepping in.
Down for Vogel. 2 more. Maybe this is better when Vogel starts slow.
Well, we've seen them both.
There's been a few teams that have held Vogel well below his season average, and undoubtedly in those games the Wildcats have lost, and lost pretty handily. Lennon up ahead for Vogel, number 5. 360 spin.
Yeah, a little showboat. I wonder if he was going to dunk at 360.
Oh, I think that's what he wanted to. And after one game he talked to us, he said his knee just buckled on him, and maybe that was the case there, but he's still able to convert. Vogel this time. Jones going to get back. And Vogel just says, I'll take the safe 2. It's the Derek Vogel show here.
No need of injury right now.
Bruce, nice pass for Oliveira, but he misses the bunny. And Hilchi, the rebound, he gets fouled.
by Les Jones. Jones, a freshman out of Akron, Ohio.
Are they, do you know if these students come from like schools like Chevis around here, Catholic schools? I know it's different from the Seventh Day Advantage, like you say. I mean, I wonder what type of high school it is. Or do they have Seventh Day Adventist schools?
That's something I do
think
not
you should
know.
look that up.
Well, again, I wonder how you recruit these kids, how you know that they are of that faith and are willing to come to school. And are they all of that faith that go to that school? Do they go because of their faith? Or, you know, if you get recruited, you say, yeah, well, I'll join that faith for 4 years and play basketball. I don't know. It's a peculiar, in some manners. I mean, of course, Seventh-day Adventists aren't going to say it's peculiar to them. It's very natural and normal. But I remember there was a pitcher out of the state of Maine who played for the New York Yankees back in the mid-'60s. A very good pitcher. And he was of that faith and couldn't pitch on the weekends. And well, that didn't make the Yankee organization too happy. But can you imagine?
No.
It's your time in the rotation, big game coming up on the weekend, and hey, I can't throw.
You got to replace me.
Only thing that reminds me of that is Keem Olajuwon. He can't eat from sun up to sundown during a month period. He has to fast.
Yeah, he eats breakfast at 3 or 4, or maybe it's 5.
Then he can't eat again till
6. And then he eats dinner around 11 o'clock at night. We must have been watching the same game, Jay.
I remember that from last year. And it was really contributing to him being worn down late in the season, but able to pick it back up for postseason play was Olajuwon, as we know.
Are you surprised that Jordan won the MVP?
You know, so much is made of it. It's who really cares? That's my
David
thought.
Robinson.
There's no way Robinson. The only other person that really could have won it, actually, there was 2, and they were both from the Orlando Magic. Was
I think
Shaquille or Hardaway.
Jason Kidd played well.
Yeah, but you don't usually give it to the losing team unless they're prolific, unless they're just incredible. The winning team gets the nod. Davies misses from outside. Lennon, the rebound. Hilchi fighting in there. He goes back up. No good. Davies has it stripped. And finally, the Flames come out with it. 8 minutes to play. 82-51, Westbrook College. And Oliveira knocks down a 3. And my thing is they vote a little too early on that. And that's why Huntington will take a 3, way off. Lennon, though, another rebound.
I think that's 5 or 6 in this half alone.
Lennon in double figures in rebounds here tonight, I would have to say. Bruce hits from just inside the arc. Huntington gives up the 3, goes in and leaves it for Eric Werntgren.
Yeah, you got to give him a chance to get in the flow of the game. I mean, that first shot he took, he'd just gotten in the game.
The lead is 30 once again, and a timeout asked for by Atlantic Union. And the lead extended back to 30. They led by 30 early moments of the second half. It was 60-30, and then the Flames cut it back to a 20-point game. Now the Wildcats starting to hit on all cylinders and all players seeming able to step in and contribute. Vogel really exploding in this half, but last few minutes you see the play of Lennon working and the nice dish that time from Huntington.
I mean, going back to what I said earlier, you got to get Steve into the game, and he had to get himself back into the game.
Werntgren with a steal. In the middle for McKinney, back. This time, here's the three. Werntgren able to collect. Aaron McClure, the nice move, won't go down. Nosek won't go, Werntgren won't go. And Nosek looks up and says, hey, the ball's there.
Clock was right there for that call.
He certainly was, and a strong call. That ball just touched the line.
Coach Graffam looked straight up to see where he was, and before he could say anything, he knew he was right on the line to watch that call.
Wildcats trying to maintain the intensity, and for anyone watching this game that thinks the Wildcats are trying to run up the score here on Atlantic Union, that's not really the case. They just need to keep the intensity from all their players to get themselves primed and grooved for the postseason.
Well, and that he's using all his defenses. He's getting a lot of work out of all his defenses. You know, you notice how he's changing every time they score. So he's getting the kids ready for that.
McKinney with a great dribble move, gets the pass. McKinney wanted the foul. He got whacked a couple of times by Jones, but I think the officials here really want to let that clock continue to move. They don't want to keep calling the fouls, and unless it's a serious foul where the ball is turned over, they're not going to call it. Rick Allen.
Use your ball fake, son. So many times that you teach your kids to ball fake.
That's the hardest thing, I think, at the level you coach, and I coached at the 8th grade level for a number of years, and that was extremely difficult to teach them that. One little ball fake make all the difference in the world. You see about 5 ball fakes in the last 2 seconds that we talked about. This level, they know about ball fakes. Wildcats really controlling the glass. Nosek takes a 3, makes a 3.
And the Wildcat rowers.
They're looking for Oliveira downstairs, and he's sleeping in the basement. McKinney makes a save and slams into the wall. Allen goes in, no good. Rebound by Hobbs. Oliveira again losing it. Nice pass across from Les Jones. And Mr. Bruce collects another deuce. Nosek trying to collect another 3. Won't go. Werntgren coming in. Can't control it. Good ball movement by the Flames. No bucket out of it. Kenny now down. Holding the groin area.
Well, his injury last week, he had a hip pointer.
We're going to all turn away as he grimaces. Don't want to think about the pain that may have been inflicted. 91-60 with 4:01 to play. I think that might spell the end of the evening for Chris McKinney. A key player you don't want to
risk injury, especially coming up with the big playoffs. And this weekend's very big. I mean, they can't drop one of these games to Linden or Johnson. They can't fall any further down that ladder.
Right now, are they behind both Green Mountain and Castleton?
I think so.
In the 3rd slot, so. Great effort by Rick Allen. You see he is dogging Andy Lennon. Mackey takes it.
by far, this is the best performance I've seen of all the games we've done. I mean, he's playing with some confidence, some big-time confidence.
It really is, and he's had some great shots and great moments this year. He's had a couple of window washers that he kissed so high up off the window. Just a beautiful touch. He really, when he scores, it's usually well noticed. Not just because he's a player that doesn't always see the most minutes, but because he scores in a very, nice move there by Jones, but unable to convert as he has it tipped and knocked out of bounds. Hobbs weak side rebound. Nosek the foul. It won't go in, and 2 free throws coming for Dion Hobbs. 5'8" senior out of Atlanta, Georgia.
I like to see Andy Lennon on the court with these kids here. They got a true leader on the court, and they can see what it's like to play with the starting point guard.
Mackey, the 3, no good.
Because you know he's going to have the team in control, knowing what they're doing. Because if anybody's going to be able to give these guys some confidence, it's going to be Andy Lennon.
Tim Trott makes a shot from the corner, and wondering about his limited playing time. Last time we saw this team, he played a lot and played quite well. Again, there was players missing in that contest, but Trott showed he had some skills. Huntington collects as he drives the paint.
I think every Westbrook player has now scored.
Lennon a 3. The trifecta from Trifecta Land.
That's his third. Not many times does he hit 3 threes in a game. Especially in what fashion he's hit them in.
Lennon around the back in traffic, looking for Nosek and just missing.
Oh, Ben stopped running, didn't think he was going to get the pass. All of a sudden, a bullet whizzed by him.
Senior sits down in his last regular season home game, and he has another tremendous performance to show for his efforts.
I hope it's as emotional for him as it was for Gary and Stan and Paul and that group then.
Well, it's weird how the season's unfolding because we're so used to the conference tournament being hosted here and everything, and it culminates in a huge win, and you know you're going to Idaho, so it's your last game. You're feeling great because you're still going on, and this year the melodrama is really lacking. Under a minute to play, and the Wildcat bench up and clapping, and now the fans join in. The Wildcats try to finish off the evening as Nate Smead floats in. Steal and a putback, no good.
That wasn't a steal. Chris Lotus threw it off the backboard.
Mackey goes flying in, and he's having a night.
He might even be in double figures.
The women's team had 6 players in double figures here tonight. The men's trying to approach that number. Smead has it blocked by Hilchi.
With authority, no doubt.
14.5 remaining as the Wildcats will improve to 19-11. Huntington throws it up, and that'll do it. The Wildcats finish up with the 100-point plateau being reached. 100-65 final. Improved to 9-3 in the conference, 19-11 overall, and get set for the final weekend of the regular season with 2 games at hand down in Vermont, or should we say over in Vermont. Linden State and Johnson State coming up for the Wildcats. We'll be along for those, so make sure you check your local cable listings for times and dates of those games. We're glad you're along with us for tonight's action. We'll take a pause for the cause, and we'll come back to wrap this one up. Post-game interviews and final stats still due. We're back after this. Welcome back to the Findlay Recreation Center. Jay Harper along with Ron Crosby. The final score, Westbrook College 100, Atlantic Union 65. And I guess if you're Atlantic Union, it wasn't as bad as the first time around, but not much solitude in that for head coach Dr. Stacy Nelson. The Wildcats, once again, led by their All-American Derek Vogel, finishing the night with 33 points as he erupted for 20 points in the second half and didn't even play the last 5 minutes, 6 minutes of the contest. Andy Lennon, as we said, the other senior having those 3 big threes, finishes the night with 19 points, the second leading scorer, the big 1-2 punch for the Wildcats. And then, as you said, a ton of players getting in the scoring column, but that double figure mark that we were looking for, it seemed like everyone finished right around 8 points. Mr. Crosby, as Matt Mackey had 8, deuce for Aaron McClure.
Oh, they all contributed in a positive way. Coach Graffam subbed very well, where a kid wasn't in too long, so where he could reach double figures. But you know, everybody played well, and Coach Graffam got all his defenses worked in. He got some of the bugs out of his rookies who just don't have the confidence right now, and it was a good game for him. He got a lot out of it, and ends on a positive note.
Other scoring for the Wildcats: 5 for Chris McKenney, a bucket for Huntington, 8 for Werntgren, 5 for Nosek, 5 for Lotus, 8 for Bob Davies. Davies had all 8 in the first half. He started strong. And 4 for Corey McClure. Checking Atlantic Union scoring, they were led by James Pomfrey. He had 19 points, 4 threes in the contest for him, and 10 points for David Oliveira, their 2 leading scorers. Final score 100-65. And Ron, as we head now to the final weekend and postseason, what's your overall analysis of this team?
Well, they've got to come on the court intense. They need their 2 leaders, actually I should say 3 leaders, in McKinney, Lennon, and Vogel, to step it up, get these kids fired up. I mean, they have the talent to win it all. They've got to want it. I mean, they can't keep going blaming officials and doing this. I mean, they just got to go out and get it done. And I think the preparation for this weekend and this game today, getting all their defenses worked out, I think they've got a good shot. Like I said at the beginning of the game, they've got to beat Westbrook College. Westbrook College has won the last 2 years, and they've got to prove that they can beat us. And until that's done, we have the upper end.
Well said. We'll take a break, come back with post-game interviews right after this. Jay Harper being joined by the Vogels, of course, Derek Vogel, the All-American, and his father, Dick. Guys,
Glad to have you along. And now as, of course, the season and career winds down, your emotions on tonight's game and, of course, what it's going to be like life after basketball here at Westbrook College. We'll start with Dad over here. And, of course, a strong performance by Derek in the second half. He only had 13 in the first half. He erupts for 20 in the second half. What about the play of Vogel tonight?
Well, like you said, he was asleep in the first half, but he did erupt in the second half. He came alive and his game came around, and he looked real good out there the second half.
Now, of course, the 3,000-point plateau looming out there, and of course I know Derek didn't want to make too much a break in the record, and of course this one is something he wanted. What's your thoughts on that now, of course, as they head to the postseason?
I think it's within reach, and I'm really hoping that he gets there. It's a new plateau. It gives everybody something new to shoot for, and I just think it's going to set a new mark for the state of Maine.
All right, Derek, going to you in tonight's game. Huge performance. We enjoyed it thoroughly. 4 jams tonight, and maybe could have had 5 or 6, but one with huge authority, a tomahawk dunk. How was the feeling on the jams tonight?
I felt pretty good. I could have had a couple more, but Coach Johnson was yelling at me not to get hurt in there, so it kind of sunk in. Well, maybe I'll just lay this one in, but it was fun, you know. We just get out there and get everything in the flow, and we're all set.
Now, of course, you started slow tonight. That's something we haven't seen. Ron Crosby noting you hadn't had any points in the first 5 or 6 minutes, and you were sitting on the bench and still no points yet. Hadn't even taken a shot yet. What was going on in the first part of the game?
They played like a box and one, and they put a man right in my face. And the thing that made him come out was that the rest of our team was playing. And as long as they're playing, I don't really have to do anything but just help out on defense and crash the boards. And when they started hitting, then they have to move into a regular offense, and then we're good to go again.
Now, Dick, as his career ends, what are you going to take away from his 4 years at Westbrook College, and what do you look forward to in the future?
Well, from my standpoint, I'm looking at these 4 years as a tremendous growth period for him. He really came out of his shell. From here on out, it's up to him. Whatever he wants to do, you know, I'm all behind him and go for it. I'm hoping that he can go beyond where he is right now.
It's kind of the last regular season. Well, it is the last regular season game, but you should have one more game here next week to start the tournament inside the Mayflower Conference. What's your emotions on finishing up your career here at the Finley Recreation Center?
It's definitely going to be sad. You know, you hate to see it all come to an end, but I'd like to think that we're going to leave here being very successful. Me, Andy, Corey, Nate, and now even Chris, being the 5 seniors. I just hope we can leave here and say, well, we left everything we had right there on the court and walk out of the doors that way.
All right, great job once again, and Dick, it's great to have you along with us. The Vogels, our post-game guest, and another big win for Westbrook College, 100-65. We'll take a break, be back with the Lennons right after this. Welcome back to the Finley Recreation Center. Jay Harper being joined by the Lennons, Andy Lennon, senior point guard, and his mother, Nancy. Great to have you guys along. Of course, Mom, terrific performance tonight by this guy. You've seen a lot of great ones, but how would you rate tonight's performance?
This has to be one of his best games played here. He had the 19 points, a lot of rebounds, great assists. They were fun to watch tonight.
Now, of course, I could leave her for the stats. She could tell me what you finished with. But again, 19 points, 3 threes, and we assume double figures in rebounding. And that's something that's just been amazing to watch you play, certainly this season, is your rebounding. 3rd on the team in rebounds, and certainly playing great all around.
I just thought that guys got me involved in the offense early tonight, and everything came out of the flow. I wasn't forcing anything, and again, I was just in the right place, ball bouncing my way again, and just there to put it back. Good team effort tonight, and hopefully this is get the ball rolling.
Now, how was it with your mother in the audience in the stands every night? She comes to almost every single game. You guys live, of course, in Massachusetts, but she's here by your side most every evening.
Yep, she's the greatest mom. It's just, I love having her here, and she loves watching me play, and it's just a great feeling to hear her in the stands, cheering us on. And you know, when we're not playing well, she's always there, just saying, "Get the guys going, get the guys going," and that just pumps me up so much and makes us play so well.
She knows her basketball.
She definitely does. She's seen a lot.
Now, Mom, of course, his season, career winding down here at Westbrook College. I know he's sad, and you are as well. What are you going to take away from his college career?
Oh, the memories are, they're just too many to enumerate. He's been playing since he was in 3rd grade, and we've been right there with him, traveled everywhere. AAU ball, you name it, we've been there. We've been to Philadelphia, Idaho twice. The memories are just innumerable. The one fear I have is that someday I'm going to have Alzheimer's disease and I'm not going to remember. But I've got scrapbooks galore to remember all the games that he's played. He scored 37 points. That record still stands in Melrose in one game against Reading. I will never forget that night. But he's had some great nights. He's played on a great team here. They've given me some great memories that I will not forget.
Well said. And Andy, of course, the 3 threes tonight, I want to mention that. Prolific from behind the arc tonight, and that one before the half, whacked it off the window. Did you call glass on that one?
I called glass and foul at the same time, but, you know, that's the ref that gave me the tee. He didn't want to give me the foul, but, hey, as long as it went down, I don't care.
Now, what about the postseason push now, of course, with the big weekend coming up in Vermont, and then, of course, the following weekend, we assume the Final Four, and another weekend in Vermont. What's the feel of the team?
Well, on Wednesday, we had a team meeting. We got everyone together, get everyone's thoughts on where we wanted to be and how we were going to accomplish our goals. And everyone's on the same page now, and I think tonight was a great effort by the team. And we're just going to take it into this weekend and Wednesday night's game and then following weekend. And I just hope everything goes well, and we're just going to play hard, and hopefully everything's going to come out the way we want it.
All right, great performance tonight. Great to have you along, Mrs. Lennon, and of course Andy Lennon, and a great 1-2 punch right here because they exemplify college basketball and what a parent should do and what a kid should do when they come, of course, to play at this level. For my cameraman Steve Poulos, I'm Jay Harper saying so long.
Why not? You want to move this one, Karina? I'll grab another one. I'll just do another one, then you can do one. It's obvious we have much more time left.